Nothing's a coincidence in your life. So there's a bottle and a bear facing the ground, turned upside down. There's a Jeep truck. There's no coincidences in life. So I've been under a spiritual attack. Now, I could have walked away, but my pride got in the way, and I thought I could do it with I thought I could just deal with it. But it was a high level attack, whether it was the person knew it or not, they were being used. And so when you're dealing with Jezebel, it's really, you've already seen it before, and there's nothing new under the sun. And the solution is Revelation 2, have nothing to do with Jezebel. Kick her out of the church. You are the church, so cut off all communication once you confirm it. Because a lot of times Jezebel will say, she's not Jezebel. I'm not Jezebel, I'm not Jezebel. Well, everything that you do is anti-Bible. Every suggestion, every thought, every action, every word, every conversation is anti-Bible. You got your own Bible. And so when you finally cut off Jezebel, the light comes back on. You fill your ear gate with the Jezebel spirit, it messes you up. And you want all people to be saved, and you want people you want to believe them. If somebody's telling you something, you want to believe it, but it's just something ain't right, And then over time, if you keep notes, you see the contradictions and the no fault. They don't follow through. Let's go here. They go there. Let's do this. They go here. It's all contradictions and confusion. And whenever there's confusion, there's every evil work, right? Contradictions is lies, confusion, and every evil work. Who is that? The devil. Who is Jezebel? The devil. We see you, devil. We see you. You embody lies. You embody your truth instead of God's truth. And you try to pull us off, but we have the spirit of truth. It might work for a season, but it don't last. And then when you finally say, adios, I don't want to see you ever again, and you walk away and you go away and you put some distance there, the devil, even when the devil tempted Jesus, he goes away for a while and then he comes back. But you've already decoded all his tricks and all his lies, I had a friend one time. Everything he said was to try to see here. Okay. So I was talking to somebody today, a real spiritual person, and she and I decoded. She decoded it before me. But it's like you're in a warfare. It's not even the person. It's a spiritual principality. It's a stratagem, a strategy of the devil, right? And so you don't look at the person, you look at the spirit behind the person. And if everything they say is anti-Bible, and everything they say is to get you to worship money, to get you to worship a human, to get you to worship, here's part of the tricks, to make you think that like right where you are, you're not happy. You need to be over here with this person and then you'll be happy. But you notice when you are around that person, you still wasn't happy. It was fake. They even say, I can't be myself around people. Well, that means they can't be themselves around you. Because if they were, you'd run like a rabbit, You'd run away so fast their head would spin. Your head would spin. You'd be just like a jackrabbit. You'd be gone. So they have to slowly boil the frog and slowly indoctrinate you and get you to accept that fake reality. I am definitely going to get up early and start doing some rides here in the morning. This game has lasted, this chess match with the devil has lasted long enough, and I just say, Jesus, you take care of it. And it's sad though to see the devil has a puppet, has a human puppet. That's the hardest part. So the devil's got a puppet on he's dangling a puppet, you know. The devil's dangling a puppet. And I actually saw, when I cut this one off, it jumped on somebody else. And then when I cut that one off, it jumped back on this one. And then when I cut this off, something happened and jumped on this one. And it's like the devil's trying his best to have some kind of puppet, some demonic puppet in your world. It keeps jumping on people. You cut this one off, it jumps on this one, and it jumps on this one, and it jumps on this one. And it's like, what? I mean, it's like the next day. When you cut this person off, that same spirit jumps on this one, and then this one, and then this one. And you're like, what? Is this even real? Is this even real? And you might say, what spirit are you talking about? Well, here's the spirit I'm talking about. Let me tell you. Number one, it's a military thing. So they're trying to get intel about your emotions, your finances, your life, what you do, your routine, your family, your friends, and your status spiritually. Number two, they're trying to poke you to get you to live in the past and to be bitter and upset. So let's say you're on a job, let's say these people here, and they got some bad employees trying to provoke somebody, and they go home and they think about, when they leave the work job, they go home, they're still thinking about the job because they upset them. So you might have a coworker, manager, whatever, trying to get you so stressed that when you leave, they still have a presence in you. Number three, hold on a second. Number three, they might, your notifications on your phone. Oh no, we're gonna have bad weather tonight. Oh no, it's gonna be 90 degrees. Oh no, it's gonna be storming. They're always trying to get you to stress over something, right? And then there's another game. So what is it? What is the system? The world, the flesh, pride, life. So they want you to be worshiping or pursuing the world, the flesh, and pride, life. Instead of peace and setting your affections above, they want your affections down here. So they'll say, well, we need this. You need this. You need to sell this, and we need this, and we need this, and we need this. The flesh, you got to have fun. You got to go to this event, and this event, and this event. What are you talking about? I am my own event. I can just sit around and meditate and think about, why would I want to go around a bunch of noise? The world, stuff, the flesh, events, and the pride of life. They want you to have your nice outfit and your suits and your ties. It's all about image and outward show. So they're trying to paint a picture of there's some kind of great person, you know. And usually the people that are doing this are so insecure. The reason they're doing it because they are so insecure and dumb. Usually they don't know how to do anything, so they have to try to create an image. And they're always worried about what somebody else thinks about them, you know, instead of just living a normal life, you know. Who cares? Just go do your job, go home, and enjoy life. I don't care what nobody thinks. You don't need to worry about what other people think. You should only be worried about what God thinks, and if your heart is right, are you in the truth? Are you in the truth? Is your heart right? Because this whole thing is not about jobs and buildings and image and all that. It's about your heart. And so these puppets that they're using, you feel sorry for them. But a lot of these puppets choose to be puppets of the system. They choose the dark side. They choose the dead corporate system. They choose the fake news media, fake everything. They choose it. That's their choice. And so you walk away, you're not going to be a part of it. Like I said, they speak evil of you because you don't run with them to the same excess of riot. They speak evil of you because you don't go to their bars and their clubs and their events and all this to the same excess of riotous living, right? You don't do that. You just go to work and you go home. And you're happy and you're content. They want it to be some kind of event and some kind of extravaganza. And I went here. They want to tell everybody they went to this and they went here. Somebody says, somebody a couple years ago, you need to go to the beach. Why? It's the same. I mean, going to the beach is not a bad thing. It's fun. But I don't need to go. I don't have to go down there. And I don't need to go down there. There's dirt there, sand there, trees there. It's the same water. It's water. Everything happening there is happening here. Why do I need to go there? You know, when you really wake up to the Jezebel, never loved you. She hated you. She tried to take away your calling. She tried to use you as a Ahab, as a flying monkey, as a prop, as an image, as a pet. Actually, I had a vision this morning that they want you to be a pet. They see these are people sold out to the demonic spirit. They see you as a pet to manage. And because they've done it to other people, they think they can do it to you. And then people escape their clutches, which is spiritual clutches. Their spiritual clutch. When people escape their clutches, they're in shock. And especially if it happens really fast before their agenda or their scheme that they were planning. So they have this scheme or agenda that they're planning. And when you get out of it before it even gets implemented, they're like shocked. Their pet escaped, and they can't stand the fact that their pet escaped because that was their little comfort zone. And when you leave the comfort zone, they go crazy. So they have to find another pet. And the narcissistic Jezebel sees you as a pet. The corporate system sees you as a debt money slave. A debt money system slave. You're a pet. Most governments see you as a pet. The Democrats see you as a pet. The Republicans want you to be free. But the Democrats see you as a pet. They want you to be a slave, a pet. The narcissist Jezebel wants a pet. And she don't just want one, she wants 2, 3, or 4. And that's why they're players. They're players, they're playing 2 or 3 at the same time. They're cheaters, they're liars, they're drunks, they're on some kind of drug. Why do you think they're sitting there drugging and drinking? Because they're scheming. They go outside, got that marijuana joint, standing on the porch, and they're scheming and thinking up new schemes because they think they're gods and they can manipulate people. So the predator sees you as a prey, and they think they can use fancy words to pull you into their world. And you give up your world, and you go into their world. It's a game that they've been playing their whole life.